Hello, 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 welcome. Right. So, welcome to the Insight Studio, a place where Cumberland Crest House celebrates our community. That would be you. The purpose of these sessions is to share insights and honor the wisdom within each of us. To the level that you are comfortable, I invite you to share with all of us for the Q&A portion. If you do not wish to raise your hand, you're welcome to simply type your questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to offer a reflection. Today's session is focused on the sacred feminine. My name is Michelle Lynn Ray, and I will be your guide as we explore the powerful, softer, magnetic side of ourselves. So just taking a moment to present yourself and breathe with me. Just inhale deeply and just allowing awareness to come with the breath. And as you exhale, relaxing the body and just notice the support, whether you're standing or seated on a chair or a pillow. Just notice how you're being held. And just continue to breathe in that lovely supportive space. And become aware of how the air around you, the space around you, is supporting you. Without you even asking it to, it's there and it supports you easily and effortlessly. Just allow your awareness to go down to your feet. And as it moves down, just welcome the support of the earth, how she can hold you effortlessly, willingly. And just allow her support to come through your feet, through your legs to your pelvis, and up to your heart. And just breathing into that heart space. And just growing your awareness up as you reach with your mind through your throat, through your head, the top of your head, and out, where the sun and the moon reside. And even just here, recognizing the qualities of the sun and how it reflects so magnificently onto the moon. And now, guiding your attention specifically to the moon, I just want you to see the glow of a full moon and that pure white silvery light that shines. That is the soft, feminine nature, the powerful reflection. And just welcome that energy and bringing that energy into your body, through your head. Let it bathe your brain, soften all of the hard parts, just relaxing your jaw. And the silver white light just rolls over your shoulders, embracing your heart. And meeting the earth. there, as well as traveling down into your womb. And the womb area, whether or not you're male or female, this area is alive. It's where we create from. And just tuning into that power that you have there and how it's easily blessed and embraced by the earth and the heavens. Take another deep breath into this knowing of who you are within you. And with curiosity and a smile, open your eyes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. What is the divine feminine? Sometimes it's easier to consider what it isn't. The divine feminine has so many beautiful aspects of herself that being able to tune into can calm the storms within you, can create magical things that help you reach for your goals. It's a power base of beauty and excellence, safety, and calm. In this world of go, 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 we often forget to just breathe and be. And that's where you'll find your divine feminine. It's just in that softness there. It's in everyone. And so, just considering the different aspects of the divine feminine. Many people are familiar with the three: the Maiden, the Mother, the Enchantress. Oops, I'm sorry. Their Enchantress is the fourth one they often leave out. The Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone is going to be the main three that you'll hear throughout all of the archaeological digs. And if you think about the phases of the moon, there's 4. And so we invite a 4th one in the awareness of our feminine today. So the Maiden, the Mother, the Enchantress, or the shaman woman or medicine woman, whatever you prefer to call her, and the Crone. And so I just want to invite you to consider all of these aspects of the feminine that we as women live every month in cycle. And as men, they may live every season in cycle or every year in cycle. And for men, it's a little different. It's not the maiden, it's the warrior. And it's not the mother, it's the father. And the enchantress is the sage. And then the crone is the hermit. So similar patterns of archetypal foundation reside in both men and women. And being able to tune into these rhythms, these cycles within us, can really help further our understanding in how to relate to our world, or the times in which it's best to relate to others, or the times in which it's best to not relate to others. And just take a moment for yourself to tune in and be self-caring. So just to give you an idea, the maiden energy is springtime. And this in a female cycle would be pre-ovulation phase. This is when things are fresh and new. It's often represented by the hair, and it has a quality of mental acuity, just really sharp, being able to do Excel spreadsheets and marketing and advertising, whatever it is that you need to do, your action steps, that's very much in line with Maiden energy. You know, she's sharp, she's young, she's vibrant, and full of fresh ideas, right? Okay. Then there's ovulation, and the ovulation would be the mother phase. And the ovulation is when the mind begins to cool and the heart begins to grow, and it has an aspect of care. Of I want to care for myself, I want to care for others, I want to just kind of give everyone a nice gentle hug and let them know that they're valued, right? And this is the heart time for a woman when she's having her ovulation and she's just, I just love everyone. Yeah. And then if her body says, oh, we're not going to create a baby, we're not fertilized to do so, so we have all this incredible creative energy that was involved in ovulation to create a baby and no baby. What are you going to do with all that energy? Here's where it gets interesting, and this is where it becomes magical. In the Enchantress phase, that phase just before menses, there's incredible energy to create whatever it is that you want. And sometimes this energy has been used to destroy as well, because it is powerful and it's unknown to a lot of women in our culture. So I'd like to bring more awareness to this part of ourselves as well, and to not be afraid, because this part represents your subconscious. It's all of that moment in which all of your fears, your anxieties, your extreme joys even can be expressed in this moment. Okay, then when you've gone through that, you go into the Crone phase, which is when you have your cycle as a woman. And the Crone phase is that I've got you. This is the grandmother, this is the wise woman, this is the soul energy. And in that soul vision, it's very difficult to do an Excel spreadsheet. That's not the time for that. In that soul place, it's a time of expansion and softness and vulnerability and being delicate with yourself. Women often want to wear baggy clothes during this time, just to have the freedom to expand into this incredible universal awareness that's available to them. It also holds an incredible amount of power. So with the moon, the phases, the 4 phases of the moon, you'll notice that the Crone, she represents that dark moon. She represents that time in which there's an inward momentum. Everything is being drawn into oneself. And in that self-care, it's dark, but it's a welcoming dark. It's not scary. You know, for her, it's I'm at peace here. I am free of distraction here. I'm introspective and connected here. And if you look, the dark moon is also influencing half of the Maiden in the first quarter of the moon, where it's half light and half dark. And you notice the Crone is there too. She says to the Maiden, I know you have a lot to do, but take care of yourself too while you're doing that. Do what you need to do and come from a full place where you're satisfied and you've tended to your own needs too, right? And then even if you go to the full moon, it's surrounded by the dark. And so it's being held by this beautiful Crone energy in this full moon that says, I know how much you want to love everyone and how much you just want to be loved by everyone. And I've got you. I've got you. You're held and you're loved so deeply right now. And just know that you can care for everyone, but you have to care for yourself first. Your cup has to be full before you can offer it to anyone else. So the crone is there as a reminder to the mother energy. And then moving into the third quarter with the Enchantress. She's also half Enchantress and half crone. And in this phase, we often have this subconscious fears that pop up. And here's the crone saying, it's okay to come into the dark. I'm here and I've got you. It's okay. And so the crone is welcoming the Enchantress into her subconscious fears. And it's such a beautiful opportunity to feel held and to do that deep work of recognizing who you really are, in the same way of letting go of old beliefs and patterns that are no longer serving. And then diving into the crone, the wisest of wise. She holds this miraculous space that says, I am enough. Just as I am enough. And that's what she encourages all of us to do. No matter what phase we're in, no matter what moon phase we're in, no matter what season we're in, summer, spring, winter, summer, spring, summer, winter, fall, winter, I'll get it right. In the order of things. Yeah. Each of those phases represent another opportunity for us to express ourselves in these beautiful ways. And within the cycle of a woman, when she's having her period, is usually crone energy. And when she's then done with it, it's spring. It's got the momentum of the maiden. And then when she ovulates, is the mother. And then just the week before she has her cycle is the magical moments of the Enchantress. So welcoming these changes, I recall having a relationship with a gentleman who said, why do women change all the time? And then I learned about this. And I said, well, of course we're changing all the time. Thank goodness we're changing all the time. We get the joy to experience the mind clarity of the maiden and the heart nurturing of the mother and the magical explorations and creating with the Enchantress, and this introspective, wise, connected to all things crone. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we? It's very cool. Yeah. So the innocence of all of that is to guide you into awareness of yourself. And I'm moving right now, my own cyclical life is moving from a cyclical life into one of more menopause. And in that place of transition is very Enchantress, not quite fully crone yet. But in this Enchantress phases, it's also this whereas the hot flashes are burning those beliefs. This is my experience, right? This is like, what have I uncovered within my maiden and in my mother and in my Enchantress or in my crone? What blocks or beliefs do I have in those aspects of self that would be limiting me in fully moving into menopause, where I could hold all of these energies all at the same time and be able to play with any one of them just because I want to, right? So it's my experience that burn is that cleansing of what we hadn't maybe necessarily gotten to or allowed ourselves to feel or to heal in the journey of being a cyclical woman. And that's just my 2 cents on that. So sharing that. And the other insight I wanted to share was about the womb blessing. Specifically, my first womb blessing happened in Ireland, and the woman who gave me the womb blessing was just a beautiful, magical woman herself. And I recall during the attunement process, which I'll explain in a moment, that there was a part of me that literally came from the depths of me and reached up, and it went, ah. And I recall looking at that part going like, well, thanks for coming. Where have you been for the last 40 years? Like, you just woke up. so so I realized that there was this part of me that had just been sleeping. It wasn't awake at all. It was just, I don't even know what it was doing. But the womb blessing helped to kind of wake that up. And as I learned more, I came to understand that our society says it's really great to be a little girl, right? We love our little girls. And it's really cool to be a mom because we need good mothers, right? But we don't really understand the enchantress or the magical woman. And I really have not been taught or to understand in our culture that the crone is actually meant to help you grow in this beautiful embrace. We've been in avoiding the crone. We're like, oh no, she's like the old lady. We don't want to, she's crazy. We don't want to be that, right? And so understanding that there was this part of me that was like, oh, I can come out now. It's safe for me to be birthed inside of me. It caused such a tsunami of balance within me that I began to feel like they were all started working together. Like, what would happen if they all got along, and if it wasn't, oh, it's my turn and you don't get to be there. Like, no, this is it's all you, it's all inside you, so you may as well make them friendly with each other, right? So the womb blessing is designed to do that. It's designed to awaken the parts that are sleeping, and it's designed to soothe the parts that are overactive, which in our culture is often the maiden energy or the mother energy. And so welcoming this kind of harmony inside is the awakening of the womb blessing. And the process of it is quite simple. You are sitting in a chair, fully clothed, and we do a guided meditation first. And what I'm calling on is this moon energy that we tuned into in the beginning, this mothering moon energy that says, I've got you. And she's innocent and she's pure. And being able to welcome that energy into our bodies, it frees those parts that were otherwise rigid with beliefs of this is how I'm supposed to be as a woman, or I'm not supposed to be a woman, right? It frees that up with that beautiful washing of that moon soft energy and reminds it, hey, this is what being a woman is about. This is that beautiful connection of feminine energy that says, I just am. I just am. And in the ebb and the flow of life, this is the ebb. The masculine can be the flow, which is within all of us as well, right? The do and then the be, the inhale, the exhale, right? It's the balance that we're all looking for, and we can find that inside of ourselves. So the womb blessing is a way for us to get there. And then following the womb blessing is a womb healing. And what that does is essentially helps soothe and nurture those parts that were awakened or eased, and just to let them know that it's safe and that's okay. Yeah. And then it's about a 30-day time period for the full integration of that cycle. And then you could do another one if you wanted to, each one with presenting a different layer of yourself to be realized. Yeah. So just take a moment and take a deep breath for me. For yourself, for your maiden, for your mother, for your enchantress, and for your crone. I just want to take a moment to see if any of you would like to put into the chat any comments or questions that you have, or if you want to share some of your insights and want to raise your hand, and feel free to share with the group some of the insights that you have into your own feminine nature. Have any brave souls? Okay. All right. So just tuning in, I'd like to have each of you just consider the aspects of the feminine for just a minute. And if you would open up your chat and being able to reply, this would be really great. And so the question is, of these aspects of the divine feminine, the maiden, the mother, the enchantress, and the crone, which one do you feel most connected to? Where you go, oh, that's one I've embraced beautifully in my life so far. What would that be? The maiden, the mother, the enchantress, or the crone? The enchantress. Okay. The magical woman. Right. Beautiful. The crone. Oh. It's the stage of life, isn't it, Rebecca? Yeah. Just really embracing the crone. I will say that in one of my explorative opportunities in Mexico with this work, I we separated out, all of us, into different parts of the room based on where we were at in our cycle at that moment, right? So some people were in their maiden energy, other people were in their mother energy, they were ovulating, and other people were their enchantress or their crone. And then there was a fifth group, and it was the women who had been fully in menopause. And we were asked to put on little sticky notes, some of the qualities that we were feeling and experiencing at that moment. And so we, and then put our sticky notes onto this poster board that was there. And so we ended up looking around the room, and the maidens' sticky boards were all organized. You could have seen it like an Excel spreadsheet. Everything was like, all the notes were in order. you know, perfect and lined up, and they all had specific things to, their activities, or they were excited about this, or they were, it was the springtime and they were growing this, or they had this new idea. And they were cute and they wanted to wear cute clothes, or things that were accented, that were like springtime, like the bright or the pastel even colors, right? Then you got over to um, the mother energies, and you had this softness, like their board was just kind of a little bit more like, it had this design to it, this just kind of beautiful pattern, but it had flow. It had this real liquid kind of look to it, and on their sticky notes were things like just, yeah, summertime and warmth, but care and all the attributes, that you would attribute to being a mother. And then you got to the enchantress phase, and it had designs, it had creativity, and we wouldn't, even wanted to use like different colored sticky notes, right? Like it didn't want to be all the same color, like it had to be different colored sticky notes, and they were, getting creative with it, right? And that was just such a beautiful representation of the enchantress. Then you get to the crone, and it literally, which, that was a phase I was in at that moment. And so it was just, baggy clothes, and just stuck it up on the board. Didn't even care if it was in any order whatsoever. Yeah, it was just just get it on there, just do it, but don't really be organized with it at all. And then you got to these amazing women that were actually put into the center of the room who were all in crone energy. And they had been fully in menopause by at least 10, 13 years, some of them. And they literally took their shawls and they made this maypole with one of the people in the middle. And this person who's had the shawls, and they were just doing this dance around each other. And I was like, oh my gosh, if that's menopause, count me in. That was amazing. Like, it was just so beautiful to be expressing in this way that was just free and limitless. It just had this beautiful embodiment of life that didn't have the bogged downness of having a cycle, or, needing to be perfect, or, loving everything just the right way. It was free, and I welcomed that phase as well. So I don't know if that's what your experience is with being a crone. But yes, Shauna, yes, please. Sounds beautiful. Bring it on. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Yeah. So, what of these archetypes do you find the most challenging for you? The maiden, the mother, the enchantress, or the crone? The maiden energy, right? The mother energy. Those are the most challenging for you. Those seem to come in our culture with a lot of expectations, don't they? Yeah, yeah. They have a lot of belief systems around them, for sure. Yeah. And the healing that we need to do internally will absolutely affect the global. That's the joys of us all being connected, right? So being able to tune into that maiden energy, and what is it that she needs that she didn't get, right? What is it that she needs to express and hear? Yeah, that's good to know. And the mother energy, the same. It's like always taking care of other people. It kind of wears out some of that mother energy, I feel. And at the same time, you wouldn't deny it, right? You would be like, oh, of course, I want to be this great mom. But there's all of this expectation that gets put onto being a great mom. And being able to witness the mother within you and say, hey, even as the crone, if you want, have your crone talk to your maiden, have your crone talk to your mother, and say, okay, tell me what it is you want to express. Tell me what it is that you need me to know so we can help each other, because we're all in this together, right? Yeah. So for me, the Enchantress energy has always been a little bit challenging for me. And I'll say because the Enchantress is often depicted as this sexy, goddess energy that's just like, if you've got it, flaunt it, but it's just this voluptuousness that says, I am powerful, and I can shine, and I can put myself out there, and I can create amazing things. And yeah, that's actually been a challenge for me in this particular journey of life. Although it's shifting for sure. And this Insight Studio is a really good step in that direction for me, to be able to put out there my insights and to share with all of you. So I'm grateful for this opportunity for you guys to come and share. Yeah, cool. So, how has the relationship with the maiden or the mother or the enchantress or the crone, how has that affected your relationships with other people? Like if you were to consider the cycles, knowing what they are now, like when has it been the most difficult for you in relationship with other people? When has it been the most difficult in relationship with other people? When you're in your maiden energy, when you're in your mother energy? I think you were typing something, Turner, and then Rebecca and I didn't see it come through. Oh, there we go. Ah, okay, interesting. So the crone is weird in my marriage. Yeah. It's definitely a challenge for men to understand what that means, or how to hold that, how to love that. And I don't know if you have found this or not, but does it feel as though you're so satisfied in a way that you're not looking to be satisfied by your partner? Is that, I'm getting a nod on that? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And I suppose that it can also be a little challenging for men if their desire to be needed is there. Like, how do I need to provide, I need to, facilitate something for you. And you're like, I'm good. I got it. I got it all. Yeah. And so in that time, sometimes maybe it's just taking a little bit more care to affirm, the men in our lives, to be able to say, even though I have everything that I need inside of myself and I know this to be true, it's okay for me to still have you with me because I still love you and I want you here. And in that way is a beautiful way just to kind of calm that energy that might be an unknown, because it's so different. It's so different, to know how to respond, how to be, together. And then, in some ways, I feel like perhaps, you might have men going, oh, thank goodness, finally she's in Crone and I'm good. you know. Ah, the desire and attraction. Yes. Yes, that Crone energy has a little less of because she's very satisfied, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we are in a day of hormone replacements, we are in an age of that. Um, and I do have a friend that I also had talked to about this some time ago, and she said to me that you know, she has to schedule it with her partner, so it's like otherwise they wouldn't ever come together. It would just be this, well, we're both satisfied or what have you. So you have to kind of schedule that now, put it on the books. Hey, this is our time, our special little time, our cookie time, or whatever you want to call it, be playful and be fun. And, whether that ends up, leading into something intimate or not, it can be very soul satisfying to just go, hey, this is our reconnect time that we have together. So if you find that useful, maybe let's see, get back to me and let me know how that works. Yeah, yeah. And difficulty with the mother energy. Could you expand a little bit more about that for me, Shauna? Maybe. Yeah. So while you're considering it, Shauna, let's just all tune into our mother energy, where we are in the cycles of nature, in our springtime, summertime. We're almost into summer, right? So I believe the solstice is June 20th, I think. 21st. Thank you very much. 21st. Yes. And so going into the mother phase within our seasons. And then we also have the new moon, or the full moon rather, coming up next week on the 11th. So that also is, full moon is being mother energy. So we're moving into mother energy there as well. And if you're still in your cycle, then wherever you are, if you're ovulating, you're absolutely in mother energies again. So knowing that there could be actually like a trifecta of mother energy going on for a woman at one time is also an interesting, powerful note that when a season is at the same phase that you are in within your own body, then it's an absolute expansion of that energy. So it's not just, yeah, it can be a lot. Exactly. That's right. So we're moving into mother. And so I just want to take a moment to embrace mother a little bit more. And yeah. So just closing your eyes for just a moment and just moving into the heart space where the mother lives. That mother energy of heart and care. And I just want you to envision for a moment a younger aspect of you. Preferably one if you can conjure an image of yourself before age 7. And just allow yourself to be in that mother energy with your 7-year-old or younger. This little part needs your love, needs your care. Needs to be heard and held by you. And just take a moment with that sweet little innocent self and just give her what it is that she so desperately needs. And just breathe in that beautiful light that you are, wrapping that light of her over around her. Extending that light from your heart to her and helping her to know you're there and that you've got her. You might even affirm her by saying, I see you. I love you. You are so precious to me. Yeah. And just notice how she responds to you mothering her. And just take that in acceptance. Whatever the feeling is, receive that from her. And just let her know that you are here and you will be here always. Whenever she needs to get a hug, or she just wants to put her head on your lap, let her know she's welcome. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And let's go into the Enchantress, this magical, beautiful woman. She holds the key to the wisdom. And being able to give her the space that she needs in order to create life, the life that you want, is very important. She is probably the most denied aspect of the divine feminine in our culture. Oftentimes it's that week before my cycle in which I would say, okay, this is coming. You shouldn't be here, to whoever I was with. But now I can say, this is coming. And I know what to do with her. I know how to be with her. I know how to love on her. I know how to create with her. It might mean taking a drive, looking at the stars, and not having you in the car with me. And that's okay. But honoring her, allowing her that space, is very important to the balance, the whole ecosystem of the divine feminine, if you will, inside of us as women. Yeah. So just tuning in to that Enchantress energy and recognizing that it's your most truthful self. If you think about it, you have the innocent child, you have a drunk person, right? And you have a woman just before her cycle. They don't lie. They express the things that they need to express for you to hear them. Those are all the things that get downplayed, right? Those are all the things that get pushed aside when you're in your maiden energy or your mother energy, but not when you're in your Enchantress energy. The truth becomes known, and she needs to be heard. Yeah. And it can be really scary sometimes, because these are all of those feelings that we don't want to feel. But I'll let you know something, a little secret. I've recently discovered that 90 seconds of feeling a feeling, and you're both free. This part that had the feeling when it happened, and your body is free. 90 seconds is all you have to feel that feeling in order for you to be free. It's when we don't feel the feelings because we're suppressing them, or we're trying to pocket them, or we're trying to push through our lives and go away from feeling that feeling in any way we can, That's what harms us. That's what hurts us. So being able to move into that feeling, whatever it is a way to free your subconscious mind so that you can express creatively. And there's nothing to be afraid of in the dark. It's just places that you haven't let yourself feel. And I know it can be scary sometimes, but I assure you on the other side of it is freedom. And it's worth going through to get to that side. Yeah. Are there any other comments or questions that you would have you want to put in the chat at this time? She does. She has questions. She has comments. She does. She's alive. Yes, she's very alive. Beautiful. I can definitely see parts that need healing and closure before moving forward. Yeah. Yeah, it's tender. Yeah. I welcome all of those parts that need healing. Yeah. I'm excited to know what the future holds for you in that healing journey, for sure. I'm going to, actually, you guys all have it, I believe. But if you're interested in doing a group womb blessing, that's also an option I've been looking into. I can do up to 8 people in a group setting. So if you're interested at all in being part of a group womb blessing with other women, then you can let me know. Otherwise, if you're interested in just a one-on-one with the womb blessing and the womb healing, that can happen together in a private session. You have my number and you're welcome to reach out and let me know when would be a good time to connect with this powerful energy for you in your healing. So in closing, I just want to honor all of you in what you brought by being here today. The beautiful feminine energy that you represent to me. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And I love you. And I just want to affirm, and maybe close your eyes and just consider this affirmation for each of the aspects of the feminine. For the maiden energy, I walk a path of light. Bless me with purity and beauty. Breathing that in. Into the mother energy, I walk a path of love. Bless me with gentleness and grace. And just breathing that beautiful grace, beauty, grace in to the heart center, feeling it full. And the Enchantress energies, I walk a path of magic. Bless me with power and love. And the Crone, I sit in the center. Bless me with stillness and gentle peace. invite you to open your eyes when you're ready, and this evening be gentle with yourself. And maybe do some journaling and some considering of all of the ways in which yourself needs to be expressed. Maybe it hasn't been heard in the Enchantress creative energy, and she just needs a voice. Let her use yours. Let her say, I feel this. Let her feel it. Let yourself feel it. If for some reason you become unregulated when you're diving into these little parts that have feelings that haven't been heard, all you have to do is breathe, look around your room, and know that you're safe. And go at your own pace with your healing journey, whatever that looks like for you. I'm here, and I'm grateful for all of you. And thank you for being here with me tonight on the Insight Studio. I celebrate you.